Hey there everyone, in the previous video we had studied about the popliteal artery and the popliteal vein, its beginning, course, termination, the diagram, the relations, the branches and everything. I'll show you the quick review so that if you haven't seen that video you can go check that video out. So see, this is the popliteal artery, beginning, course, termination, diagram, the relations with all the diagrams and its branches, again the popliteal vein, the beginning, course, termination with the diagram and the branches. So today we're going to start the tibial nerve, and make sure to watch all the videos of the popliteal fossa, as this chapter is carries great importance and it carries a lot of marks. So see, this we are going to study about the tibial nerve. So first we're going to start with what is a root value of the tibial nerve. Okay, the root value of the tibial nerve. The root value of the tibial nerve, it is from the ventral divisions of the ventral rami of L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. We have already studied this in the lumbosacral plexus. We have covered both of the plexus, that is a lumbar plexus as well as a lumbosacral plexus in our video. It is in the plexus playlist. You can go shortly check that out. We have completed it we've completed the lumbosacral plexus in only 5 minutes, so please make sure to check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. So see, L4, L5, S1, S2, S3, the ventral rami, whatever you're getting here, this is the tibial nerve, and whatever you're getting from L4, L5, S1 and S2, that is your common peroneal nerve. Okay, so both of this forms the sciatic nerve. Okay, we have already studied that. So I'm just telling you the root value, that is the ventral division of the ventral rami L4, L5, S1, S2, S3, that is the tibial nerve. Okay, so this is on the ventral side. Okay, and the common peroneal, it is on the dorsal side. So okay, so now we are going to see the course of this. It is the largest branch of the sciatic nerve. So see, the sciatic nerve gives off it has two branches, that is the tibial nerve and the common peroneal nerve. So the tibial nerve is the largest branch, and the common peroneal nerve, it is the smallest branch. It is superficial and posterior to the popliteal vessels. It is superficial and posterior to the popliteal vessels. So see, if you take a transverse section, so see, this is superficial and these both are the popliteal vessels, and this nerve, the tibial nerve, it is more superficial and it is lying on the posterior side. So this is the location, the course, the location, and it goes from lateral to the medial side in the popliteal fossa. We have already seen that in the previous video. We had seen the boundaries of the boundaries and the relations and the contents of the popliteal fossa. So it is going from the lateral side to the medial side in the popliteal fossa. Which one? The tibial nerve. And the mnemonic was the AVN at the upper side, and NVA vertical in the middle side, and NVA in the horizon in the lower side. Okay, so that was about the relations of the popliteal vessels and the tibial nerve. Okay, so now we are going to see the branches. Okay, so we are going to see the branches. It gives off the branches to the joints, it gives off major branches to the muscles, and then it ends up supplying the it ends up giving two branches. Okay, so see, the first branch it gives to is the plantaris. So just a point to note that this is the lateral side, and this one, whatever you see at this side, I'm writing is the medial side. So the lateral side and the medial side. So the first branch it gives off is the plantaris muscle. Below it is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius, and on the medial side we have the medial head of the gastrocnemius. As we know that the gastrocnemius has two heads, the medial head of the gastrocnemius and the lateral head of the gastrocnemius. So we had seen the popliteal fossa, right? So this is this is not diamond shape. Okay, so if suppose this is the popliteal fossa, we had the plantaris and we had the long head of the gastrocnemius, and on this side we have the the medial head of the gastrocnemius. So see, on the medial side the plantaris, and the lateral side the plantaris and lateral head of the gastrocnemius. On the medial side the medial head of the gastrocnemius. Okay, and it gives off three branches on the medial side, that are the genicular branches. Now what do you mean by genicular branches? Genicular branches mean nothing but they are supplying the joint. Okay, they are helping in the mobility of the joint and stuff. So these are the genicular branches, and on the on the lateral side it gives off a branch to a popliteal muscle, popliteus muscle, that is forming the roof, that is forming the the roof, or it is forming the roof of the popliteal fossa, and it gives a branch on the lateral side to the tibiofibular joint. Okay, lateral side pe suppose this is the tibia, the medial bone, and this is the fibula fibula, the lateral bone. So at this point it is giving a branch to this joint, that is the tibiofibular joint, and on the medial side it is giving a branch to the muscle soleus, the tibialis posterior muscle, the flexor digitorum longus, and the flexor hallucis longus. Okay, and again on the lateral side it gives a small nerve. Okay, it gives a small nerve. So see, and it ends off, the termination of this is, it ends off on the lateral plantar nerve and on the medial plantar nerve. It gives of two branches, it gets terminated by giving of two branches, that is the lateral plantar nerve and that one is the medial plantar nerve. So let us see once again in detail. So see, first we'll see the all lateral side and then we'll see the medial side. Lateral side, it is supplying to the plantaris muscle, plantaris muscle, the lateral head of the gastrocnemius, the popliteus muscle. It is giving branch to the tibiofibular joint and a small nerve, and getting terminated on the lateral side by the lateral plantar nerve. And on the medial side it is giving medial head of the gastrocnemius joint, okay, nerve to the medial head of the gastrocnemius branch, and then 1, 2, 3 branches of the genicular branch, soleus muscle, tibialis posterior muscle, flexor digitorum longus muscle, flexor hallucis longus muscle, and then terminates by giving a branch that is the medial plantar. So it's very easy to remember the medial head of gastrocnemius, the heads of the gastrocnemius and the plantaris nerve. But remember that on the medial side it supplies more muscle, that is the soleus muscle, tibialis posterior muscle, flexor digitorum longus, flexor hallucis longus. So total it is giving of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 muscle. It is supplying the 5 muscles on the medial side, and on the lateral side it is supplying to 3 muscles. Okay, 3 muscles. So remember that. So these are the branches of the tibial nerve. Now we are going to see about the common peroneal nerve. Okay, the common peroneal nerve, it is a dorsal division of the ventral rami L4, L5, S1, S2. See, we saw the tibial nerve, the root value was L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3, but for the common peroneal nerve it is the L4, L5, S1 and S2. So let us understand this by the diagram, that is a lumbosacral plexus. If you haven't checked out the video, please go check out the video. We have completed the lumbosacral plexus in only 5 minutes. So see, this is the tibial nerve, orange whatever you see, this is the tibial nerve. Its root value is L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3 by like on the ventral side, and on the same roots but excluding the S2, that is the L4, L5, S1 and S2, the pink color whatever you see here, this is the common peroneal nerve. It is present on the dorsal side. It is present on the dorsal side, and both of the tibial nerve and the common peroneal nerve on the ventral side and on the dorsal side, both of this give both of this form the sciatic nerve. Okay, the larger part of the sciatic nerve is the tibial nerve, and the shorter or the lesser the least or the lesser part of this sciatic nerve is the common peroneal nerve. So we have seen the root value and understood by the diagram itself. So now we are going to see the course, the beginning course. We have seen the beginning, that is the root value. Now we are going to see the course and the branches, and then we are going to complete this chapter. So the course is by the branch, see, it is the branch of the sciatic nerve. Of course we have already just spoken about it, and same plane as the tibial nerve. It is in the same plane, but tibial nerve is on the ventral side and the common peroneal nerve, it is on the dorsal side. The tibial nerve is the largest branch of the sciatic nerve, and common peroneal nerve, it is the smallest. Okay, it is the smallest of the branch. Okay, the smallest branch of the tibial nerve. Now we are going to see the branches of the common peroneal nerve. So the branches of the common peroneal nerve, they are lesser as compared to the tibial nerve. So see, this is the common peroneal nerve. It gives off branches more on the lateral side. Okay, more on the lateral side than on the medial side. But in the tibial nerve we had branches more on the medial side than on the lateral side. Okay, so see, first it gives it supplies to the short head of the biceps femoris muscle on the lateral side. See, we know that the biceps femoris on the lateral, so the short head of the biceps femoris, then the superior lateral genicular nerve, the inferior lateral genicular nerve, and the lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. I already mentioned, right, that this is the lateral side and this one is the medial side. It gives up more branches on the lateral side than on the medial side. But in the tibial nerve we had branches more on the medial side and less on the lateral side. So see, it is giving to the short head of the biceps femoris, the superior lateral genicular branch, the inferior lateral genicular branch, and the lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. It is very easy to remember. And on the medial side, it is giving a branch that is the sural communicating nerve. Okay, the dog is barking, I guess you can hear it. I don't know what to do, I cannot erase that sound. Okay, so the sural nerve, sural means the leg, so it is going to the leg, so it is the sural communicating nerve. So this is the superior superficial peroneal nerve and deep peroneal nerve. I don't know why the dog is barking so badly. So see, this is terminating by giving two branches, that is superficial peroneal nerve and the deep peroneal nerve. Okay, so these are the branches of the common peroneal nerve. So draw it in your notebook once or twice and it will be very much easy for you to understand. Now we're going to see the genicular branch of the obturator nerve. Okay, the genicular branch of the obturator nerve, it is the continuation of the posterior division of the obturator nerve. So see, the obturator nerve, it has two divisions, the anterior divisions and the posterior division. From the posterior division we are getting a branch, that is the continuation we are getting, that is a genicular branch. So let me better draw a diagram and explain to you guys. I don't know why it is getting saved by itself. Okay, so see, suppose you see here, this is the, oh my god. Okay, so suppose this is the obturator nerve, it gives of two branches, that is the posterior branch and the anterior branch. So this is the obturator nerve, this is the anterior branch, and this is the posterior branch. The posterior branch continues as the genicular nerve, the genicular branch of the obturator nerve. So see, we saw the origin, we saw the beginning. Okay, now it turns, let me do this, yeah, runs on the posterior surface. Of course, it is very much clear that it runs on the posterior surface because it is coming from the posterior division of the obturator nerve. Okay, try to keep all the focus, put all your focus, all your attention in this video. Okay, not just in this video, whenever you're studying, do that, because it will be very easy to understand and it will retain in your mind for longer time. Okay, so and explain it to yourself once you learn it, because that will give you another level of confidence to remember, and it will retain for longer and you will never forget it. So it runs on the posterior surface because it is coming from the posterior division of the obturator nerve. It runs on the posterior surface, it pierces the oblique popliteal ligament, we have already seen that, and now it supplies the capsule of the knee joint. Okay, we'll see in short about the ligament. Okay, once again, the oblique ligament. So suppose, no, let me draw it completely only. So suppose this is the popliteal fossa, it has the oblique ligament. See, oblique ligament, it is not horizontal neither vertical, it is oblique. So it contains vessels and nerves. Okay, it contains a genicular artery, it contains a genicular vein, and it also contains a genicular vein. So see, I'll mark it with the white color here, or the pink color, whatever. So this is the medial, okay, the middle or medial, middle, the middle genicular vein. This is the middle genicular artery, and this one is the genicular branch of obturator nerve, as we have seen here. So this completes the chapter, and now only thing we are left is with the only thing we are left with is the anastomosis. Okay, the genicular, not gemicular. Okay, it's genicular anastomosis. Okay, we are left with the genicular anastomosis or the anastomosis around the knee joint. Okay, that will be the last video for the popliteal fossa, and then we are going to cover the physiology. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to check out the playlist and especially the lumbosacral plexus. Thank you.